back to my channel. I am Sanya, and in today's video we will talk about why do we all have to read Bhagavad Gita and why even I am reading Bhagavad Gita, leaving everything behind, all the books behind. I'm just sticking to this one book. It's because every day in our lives, every second in our lives, we have some sort of an internal fight within ourselves which is going on between the conditioning of our mind versus what we truly believe in. And sometimes we get so confused that we don't know what is right from wrong. We are very confused as to what should we believe in. Where should we bang this head and get the right answer? In life, we all go through some sort of a problem for which we are looking for a solution. And maybe this is why you're also looking for some sort of a self-help or looking into spiritual content, as you are also looking for some right answer to drive your life into the right direction. Because this human mind is so complex and it's full of a lot of negativity as well as positivity, but sometimes we are just out of our control. So when we read Bhagavad Gita, we get the answers to those questions which are not answered in any science book, or maybe none of the teachers would have told us, or not even our parents would have told us. And these are the questions which Arjuna asked to Lord Krishna himself in the battlefield where he was about to fight a war against his own cousins, Kauravas. He was in an emotional turmoil as to if he should even fight this war or not. He was a successful warrior and he knew that if he gets into the fight, he would win it very easily. However, he had this inner conflict of attachment which was going on, where he knew that if he kills his own cousins and his own uncles and teachers, eventually it will lead him to suffer and he'll be sad throughout his life. What would he do after fighting against all of these people and killing them? There will be a lot of bloodshed and he would not be able to forgive himself for what he did. Even though he also knew that what he's doing was for the betterment of the society, and also he was fighting against the sufferings or the tortures that his cousins have put him through. But again, he wanted to be forgiving at this instant. And I think this happens to a lot of us, where we are kind of in a situation where we have to stand against our own relatives or maybe someone who is very close to us. So all these conflicts that Arjuna and Sri Krishna is talking about on this battlefield, we go through that every day, and we have like very strong questions. I'm not sure if you would have it, but I always had it, that why should we remember God? Why do we have to remember God at all? So every one of us is kind of playing a role of Arjun, and we are also looking for those answers, if at all we are. Then this is the right place to start. And if you think you're stuck in life somewhere, you don't know what is the right thing to do, you can just reach out to Bhagavad Gita and open any page and try to understand what Sri Krishna is trying to tell all of us. So every root of the problem starts with when we have our minds attached to something in the world. And whenever we attach our mind to anything around us, we end up suffering. So what is the right solution? So this book will tell you what is exactly the right solution. And it's not about war. Everyone thinks that Bhagavad Gita was told by Shri Krishna to Arjun in the battlefield and he's encouraging Arjun to war. But it's, in retrospect, it's actually not true. It is asking us to fight against the internal battles that we go through every day and do the things that we're supposed to do without getting attached to the outcomes of our action. And it's not easy. So that is why when you reach to the level in life where you're just fed up of your own self, when you don't know, when you can't trust yourself maybe, that is when you pick this book. Otherwise, most of the times, most of the people think that they are right and they know what is the right thing to do, and they just keep on following what they know is right. And then they're stuck in this loop of karmas. Like, you know that you're right and you're doing the right thing, and the actions will lead into consequences, and then this cycle will keep on going on. But till the time you break this cycle of karma and you do the things without getting attached, and you learn the art of mastering your mind as well, only then will you be able to have peace in life. And that is when you'll be able to really guide people into the right direction without getting attached to what the other person might think. And you'll do it very wisely. You'll not hurt the other person, but you'll direct them to the right path. It's not that you'll become just wise in just one day. It's a long process. We go through a lot in life, and it has taken a lot of time for all of us to reach this state in life. And to undo all these things, to understand and go back to this mind and understand it from scratch, it is not just one day task. It is a task of several years, several days of consistent practice. That is why Bhagavad Gita. And if you think you are also struggling with a lot of emotional issues in life, like you're going through stress, you're going through anxieties, you're going through worry, you don't know what your future will look like, and you're just always thinking about the future in the head, or maybe you're just thinking about the past all the time. Sometimes we also think about that we're doing something and suddenly something has come to our mind and we are just stuck in that loop, maybe a constant mental chatter, and eventually we don't know how to get out of that mental chatter because we're so trapped in that energy that is captured all of us. So when you start reading books like these, eventually and gradually there is a shift in you which happens, which leads you into the right direction. No matter if the path is very difficult for you, you will fall into the right place where you are supposed to be. So with this mindset, we have to then start reading the book, not because we are excited to fight against anybody else, but we want to fight against this internal battle that we are fighting every second of the day. And how can we become more peaceful person and also be able to help others in this journey?
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week in the next video with chapter 1.